Next time on Dragon Ball Super, the battle you've all been waiting for is finally here. Future Trunks struggles as he faces off against Goku Black. Thankfully, his daddy Vegeta arrives in time for some sweet vengeance. Goku tries to seal Zamasu away, but Zamasu breaks the time machine and the Mafuba jar. Fear not, my friends, because Trunks has a secret plan that's going to blow your mind. Subscribe to Anime Live Reactions for more English dubs.
Señor Oppai Senpai, ¿cómo estamos? Bro, it's getting so crazy, dude. Man, I'm just blown away. Dragon Ball Super all day.
Stop collecting dust on your old equipment. TraceB is a mobile app that lets you buy, sell, and trade goods and services with people and friends within your social network. It is absolutely free to post your own listing and immediately start trading for something of value. You can even trade multiple items into one transaction, so go to the link in the description below and start trading your items today using TraceB. Hola mi gente, my name is Oppai Senpai, and today, my friends, I'm gonna be taking your Snapchat questions and gonna feature it on this video. I'm also gonna be doing an in-depth analysis on episode 63 preview. By the way, guys, I am so sorry this video is so late, but the next one will not be late. All right, episode 64 preview English dub will not be late, and on top of that, I'm going to reveal in the next English dub, I'm going to reveal the voice behind the English dubs. All right, so when I reveal that, I want to make sure you guys subscribe to my friend's YouTube channel, okay guys? But anyways, let's begin with the questions.
Love the channel, man, and glad to have you back. But do you think the Mafuba's gonna work and that they're gonna explain Black Zenkai boost, because it's getting very OP?
I agree with you, buddy. It's getting a little bit too OP that Black becomes stronger and stronger. I mean, the boost that he's getting is absolutely insane. But I want to actually talk about this. Recently, earlier this week, we actually got the TV guide for episode 63, all right? And thank you to Herms for doing the translation. So I'm actually gonna read that right now. Episode 63, Don't Defile Saiyan Cells. The curtain rises on Vegeta's intense battle. With Saiyan pride in his heart, Vegeta challenges Goku Black. Now that they found a breakthrough solution, Goku and Vegeta return to Trunks, who is in the future fighting against Zamasu and company. Vegeta faces off against the fake Saiyan Goku Black. Trunks this week restoring the broken Mafuba jar. The time machine and Mafuba jar are both broken by Zamasu. What special skills does Trunks use to repair the jar? Okay, now that is absolutely insane. The fact that the Mafuba jar and the time machine have been broken. Now, it didn't say destroyed, it says broken, so I believe that Trunks may have a way to fix it, but there's something happening with Trunks, and that's revealed a few weeks ago, or 2 weeks ago. We actually had more information on episode 63. Let me read that to you right now. Again, thank you to Herms for the translations. It says, although Trunks put his life on the line battling against Zamasu and Goku Black in order to protect the world of the future, Goku Black inflicts critical damage on him and is about to finish him off. However, at that moment, Goku and Vegeta return to the battlefield. Alright guys, so you saw right now, it seems like as right before Trunks is about to get killed, Goku and Vegeta make their appearance, and then I believe this is happening halfway through the episode. Now, in terms of how Goku Black is getting such a huge power boost, I don't think it's ever going to be explained, but I do hope that they do. And right now I'm not going to speculate on that, but again, I don't think it's going to get explained, and I think that's just something that we have to accept for what it is.
Did President Bulma uncover a secret facility or something like that pertains to future Bulma?
You have very good eyes, brother. You have very good eyes, because you noticed something. In the previous episode 63, Bulma is opening up this facility. Now, if you actually look behind Bulma, you can see that that terrain is very similar to the terrain from what we're seeing in the future timeline. It doesn't seem like she's in the present timeline. Now, let's actually look at this. If you look at inside the warehouse, that is not a warehouse that we've seen before. On top of that, it's very dark, it's very empty, and the technology looks outdated. This leads me to believe that this is actually in fact in the future timeline, and that Bulma is opening up a facility from the Bulma who's dead in the future. And I also think this is going to play a role with future Mai, and I'm going to explain that in a moment.
Yo, nah, mi gente, just want to know, man, do you think Vegeta's finally gonna whoop Black? And if so, do you think he trained in the hyperbolic time chamber?
In episode 62, Piccolo asked Vegeta if he's going to train in the rumors period in time, the hyperbolic time chamber, and Vegeta definitely goes in and train within that day. You know, he doesn't train for that long, but obviously in there it's gonna be much longer. So yes, he does train, and he is gonna fight against Goku Black. Now I'm not sure that he's gonna whoop his ass, but I do think that this fight of Vegeta versus Goku Black is gonna be much different than the other two fights that he's had. In the other two fights, he's gotten his ass whooped. But I think this time, Vegeta is gonna put up a really good fight. You guys are gonna be impressed. We're gonna find out very soon.
Hola mi gente, Opie. Here's my theory. What do you think? They do the Mafuba, get Zamasu in the box, and bring him back to the past for Beerus to kill him.
That's a very good theory, brother. And I'm actually, now that you mentioned that, I'm actually gonna break down the rest of the episode to see if we can figure out what's gonna happen this Saturday night. All right, let's break it down. So right in the opening shot, you have Trunks fighting off against Goku Black and Zamasu, and in this shot you can see that happening right there. But I want you to pay attention to the background, because you can see mountains, and those mountains pretty much are showing us that they've changed scenery. Trunks probably led them away from the city, because you remember the people are underground in the city, so he led them away somewhere where there are no people, and now we have a change in scenery. Now Trunks is using the sword again, which is really funny because that sword is I mean, it's not as powerful as Trunks himself, but it is not your regular sword, alright? The Supreme Kai, who's already dead in the future timeline, gave that sword to Trunks. That is not a typical sword. That is why it is so much stronger than your typical sword. But I love the fact that you have a clash of weapons, because Goku Black, basically what he has in his hand is similar to that of a weapon, although it is part of his ki being controlled and used in this way that looks like a sword, but it is not really a sword, because he's using his ki to control that, one of his special abilities that Zamasu has. Now I love this shot because it is reminiscent. Alright, so let's take a look at this. First, Trunks gets put into a wall, but as soon as Goku Black comes to attack him, Trunks blocks it. If this looked familiar to you, it is because we had the exact same scenario in episode 48. In the beginning of episode 48, you have the same exact situation, except Goku Black is able to inflict damage on Trunks. But this time, Goku Black was not able to inflict damage on Trunks because Trunks has learned Goku Black's fighting style and his moves. So I think Trunks is actually more fit to fight this character than the other characters, because he has more experience fighting Goku Black than anybody else. But I want to look at this. A lot of people are calling this the God Bullet, and people were joking around about this being a God Bullet, because why is Future Mai using a gun? This has no effect on our characters. Well, I think this actually has to do with the fact that that Bulma went back to the future, opened up that warehouse, and maybe the future Bulma has some sort of special bullet to inflict damage on Goku Black. Alright, so this bullet might actually be not your typical bullet. Now, in terms of whether that's gonna kill Goku Black, I don't think so, but I do think that it might maybe slow him down, which is why Future Mai is from a distance using a gun. She knows that typical guns don't have an effect on gods, but I don't think this is a typical bullet. All right, so we're gonna find out in a day or two. But all right, Zamasu right here is probably conversing with Goku, who's now in the future. Now Goku is probably going to, okay, I'm not sure whether he's actually going to attempt the Mafuba in episode 63, because it seems that from what we've seen from the TV guide, that the Mafuba jar and the time machine are broken. Now, whether Goku's gonna get the chance to do the Mafuba, I think it's a little bit too early for that. I think he's going to attempt it either at the end of episode 63 and it's going to fail, or in the next episode, episode 64. So I don't think, to your theory, that he's gonna lock Zamasu away, go back into the past or into the present, and then Beerus will kill him. I don't think it's gonna go that way. But I also want to talk about this move that Trunks is doing. Now, instead of me telling you what it is, I'm actually curious as to see what you guys think it is. Let me know in the comments below, what move do you think this is that Trunks is doing? Because it is actually very important to the episode. Multiple shots of the preview are of Trunks doing some sort of special move. Alright, so here you can see Trunks doing the move that's actually inflicting damage on Goku Black. And then here you have another shot of Trunks, and then you have another angle and then you have another angle of Goku Black being attacked by that move. So whatever that move is, it is definitely something important, and I'm curious to see what you guys think it is.
What fusion are they going to use? Because Vegito is already canon, but Gogeta is not.
You actually make a great point. Gogeta is not canon. He was seen in the movie, but that is not canon. Vegito is, in fact, canon. And my good friend Geekdom101 actually has a video where he has his top 5 reasons why he thinks Vegito is going to be coming back in the series. So make sure you guys check out his channel, Geekdom101. I actually have a similar theory. I did do a video talking about anime theory. Beerus is gonna kill merge Zamasu in the future timeline, but that is just a fun theory. I have a second theory, which I'm gonna wait until Saturday for the episode to come out. But my other theory is that Vegito is in fact has a very high potential of making an appearance in Dragon Ball Super, and Gogeta, I find that very, very unlikely. It's more likely for them to use a character that we've seen in the main series than for them to use somebody from a movie that's not technically canon to the story. So those are just my thoughts on that.
Do you think that either Black or Zamasu is going to use fusion as a last resort to cancel out the Mafuba?
Well, we do know that fusion, it seems fusion is coming, episode 65, I believe, 64, I'm sorry, 64, you have the birth of merged Zamasu. So I believe that means that Goku Black and Zamasu are going to fuse. But I don't think they're doing that in order to prevent the Mafuba from happening. I think it might be for a different reason, although it is a very good theory, and it is still very possible that that could be one of the reasons why they want to fuse. But we don't know what's going to happen when they fuse. When they fuse, the question really is Merge Zamasu still going to retain the ability of being immortal? All right. Now, when you do fuse, you create a whole new being, all right? So this Merge Zamasu is technically a new character. So I'm very curious to see if the Mafuba is even going to work on him or not, because he might just be too OP for Goku to handle. Goku might not be strong enough to really lock him away.
What's up, Opie? I got a question for you. Do you think we will get to see Beerus fight Black and Zamasu at one point?
So I did a video called Anime Theory, Beerus kills Merge Zamasu in the future. Now, as much as I would like that to happen, and there is evidence that shows that that could happen, it's really something you need to take with a grain of salt, because it's very unlikely for that to actually happen, because it just seems to me that Beerus is not the main character of the series. Now, he does have personal beef against Zamasu, and like I explained in that video, I think it's very likely that he could go into the future. But I think based on everything that's happening, it's more likely that Goku, Vegeta, or Trunks are going to be the ones to defeat Merge Zamasu. But in terms of what logically makes sense, or what could make sense, it is very logical for Beerus to defeat Merge Zamasu, because I feel that Beerus is at his type of level.
Is Gohan going to finally get his training and get involved because he feels helpless with all this going on?
Gohan has really disappointed us so many times at this point. I don't think that's gonna happen. I think he's off to the sidelines, and even though he's disappointed at himself, I don't think that's good enough for him to really do something about it or start training. Although I really hope that I'm wrong.
Do you think that Goku would train with the High Priest? Because when they first met, he seemed like he was pretty interested. He was strong, you know what I mean?
Well, this is going much, much beyond the episodes that are coming up. So in terms of the next arc, I don't, well, you know, that's something that really comes into speculation, and I hate speculating. Now, I will say this. I do hope that Goku does train with the High Priest, but we have absolutely no evidence to really show us that. So I'm gonna wait a little bit longer before I can give you an adequate answer about that.
What's your thoughts on maybe returning the Z Fighters back to life again in the future timeline? Trunks' timeline.
Unfortunately, I don't see a happy ending. That sort of happy ending. I think if they were to just undo everything that has happened, every time you have disaster and people dying, I feel like that's just not a good way to do storytelling. So I feel that future Trunks, his timeline, it is the way it is. His mom is not coming back. The Z Fighters are not coming back. Nobody who has been killed is coming back. All right, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for your submissions. Again, the next video is gonna be coming earlier than this one. All right, guys. And if you want to keep an eye on when to find me on Snapchat, when I'm going to be accepting requests on Snapchat, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Snapchat so you guys will know when I am accepting Snapchat questions. Guys, thank you so much for watching. In the meantime, make sure you guys watch my 2 videos that I want you to watch. Number 1, anime theory, Beerus is gonna kill Merc Zamasu in the future. I find that video to be very, very interesting, very high quality. And the other video, of course, make sure you guys watch my episode 62 in-depth analysis, and I will see you guys next time.